Hi there, welcome to the new update video for DABB. So the Dismemberment System update for 4.27. Now on this update, there's been some massive rewrites to the system. I've been listening to what you've been asking for, and been trying to make the changes to try and make your lives a bit easier on the things you're trying to achieve. One of the things that's been updated is data assets. All the animations are no longer attached explicitly to a component. They're all managed from a data asset, and you can create as many of these as you want and swap them out. So let's have a look at how these work, and I'll give it a quick explanation so you understand the concept of data assets. Data assets that we use come from a primary data asset. The primary data asset holds the appropriate variables, functions, whatnot that you wish to put into place. For most of these, it is just an array that is hosting the standard array for the character animations, for if it be animation, for movement, for reaction, weapon, posing, whatever. It's all going to be in the one place. If you look here, we have the animations for character. Now these are the ones that will be utilized inside the blueprints. So for the character and movement sets, we have movement, reaction, zombie movement, and zombie reaction. Projectiles. We have a configuration for all of the weapons as well. So the projectile will have these options here. So again, the weapon system is not a fully functioning weapon system. It's just to give you a grounding and to show you how things would work if you're taking it into a different system. What we have here is you pick the mesh, the sound, impact, trail, and any materials that you want to slap on the side as well. The damage, speed, velocity, gravity, all these items will be passed to the projectile upon spawn. For weapons, we have the weapon animation sets that are attached to each of the weapons. We have the configuration of the weapon. So for example, if we load up pistol, we'll be able to see that you have the options for the offsets, scope field of view, damage, the weapon name, how many bullets can it hold, how many are used per shot, how is it fired, what type of shot are you going to do. Now, not all of these options work at the moment, but they will be coming in future updates. Current examples are that of rocket launcher, automatic rifle, shotgun, and a pistol. Basically everything you need to give you something to play with to get going. Effects. Now these are the effects that are going to be used for base impact, your sounds, and also any tracers that you're going to be using on your line traces. So that's one thing to take into account here as well. Your impact sounds are both for your particles, for material detection. So we have the physical material, the sound, the effect, and also the decal, concurrence, attenuation, etc., etc. So now everything's been split out. Whatever system you're trying to link into in the future should hopefully make this a little bit easier. So if we look at how this is all put together, let's have a look in the character, player character, bone break character. Here we go. Now, on the bone data, if we scroll down to the bone animation, or the animation, there's one or two options in here. Let's shrink some of this down. Animations, here we go, obviously right at the bottom. Structs and arrays. So the struts are going to be selected for as this is attached to your main character, a human. I've used the human movement data asset and also the human reaction data asset. So that's all you would do to change it. To change, same as you change any other blueprint, boom, now it would be walking like a zombie. Simple as that. Same goes for the weapons. Everything's managed in the same sort of way. So let's just quickly have a look at the weapons. So I'm covering this as well. We go to blueprints, weapons, and then let's have a look at the rocket launcher. So here, when you open up the entity, you have the weapon effects, weapon config, projectile config, and animation states. Now, these can get swapped out for any of the configs that you make up, and simple as that. So it should make life a lot easier than how it was previously, where you had 5, 6 arrays of multiple sets of animations and configurations. Just trying to narrow this down and try and make it neat as possible. For everybody that's questioning why it's not been done in a data table, what I'm going to show is if we go back to the data assets in here, and let's just look at the weapon data assets, because everybody seems to like having the weapon configurations all done in a data table. Select all. There we go, completely missed it. Bulk edit via property matrix. Boom, here we go. Then you just bring in the values that you want. Bring in the weapon name, damage type, and basically you're now working in the same way as you would do as if it was in the data table. So you can see all the information side by side here. It just gives you a little bit more control and a slightly nicer way of managing the information without having to reference explicit tables and worry about unique identifiers. And that's covered that part. Next, there's been some major changes to the weapon system. As I mentioned previously, there's the addition of a shotgun and also a rocket launcher. The rocket launcher has been added just so there's the showcasing of the radial damage. This helps with the way the damage is processed. So if radial damage is hit from behind or in front, it causes the character to fall appropriately in the direction as if they're pushed by the blast. Characters will then get up and react as you would sort of expect them to react. Cool. So what's been added here as well is the ammo capacity for weapons and also for ammo storage, just so there's again a reference for this. So if you're swapping it out, you've got something that you know where to reference. All this is stored on the character blueprint. So everything's in a component. So what's been done on this update is all of the weapons that were previously stored on the Bone Break character, which made it quite confusing for some people trying to switch to a different system or trying to integrate, is the weapon references, for the sake of this example, have been removed from the character and are just stored in a component. This is by no means tying you to using the component. It only means that this weapon system will store in the component. If you're moving to a different system, search for this component here, the weapon container, and you'll be able to easily track down and swap the parts that you need to swap out. I'll start with this bit first. These options here, your pistol, rifle, sniper, grenade, and launcher. These are components that have been made into statistics. So these are stats components, same as the health and same as the is dead. Now, they've been all separated out. The reason these have been brought in is because in the next release of the system, there's going to be an effector object that allows you to link into an actor, so the actor can then influence explicitly one or another of the components. This would be done in incremental, repetitive increase or decrease, or a one-off increase, one-off decrease, as in shock damage, adding something to your bullet count, or a slow poisoning or bleeding out. So these can be copied and they'll then be able to be easily switched into this. Um, Hopefully over the next month I'll be able to put some information up on the Discord channel. This will let us see, this should showcase how to work with the interactors as well. So give us something to play with there. The death of the character has been removed from the character's blueprint, and also the overall health has been removed as well. Reason the health has been pulled out is if you're trying to incorporate this with a different system, then your overall health, which is dependent on the damage, well, influences the damage that the character can receive, is not going to be hard coded into the character. Easiest option, search for this component and then match up the appropriate fields on whatever package you're trying to move it into. Just makes life a little bit easier than trying to decipher which variables link to what. Everything is linked into this component. As I mentioned before, we've got the material detection. With material detection, I've included part of a particle pack that's going to be released in the marketplace. Hopefully going to be released by the time you're watching this video. What it contains is only a part of the full pack. So in here you've got your bullet impacts, an explosion, some muzzle flashes, and a rocket trail. But worry about that when it comes out. What we have here is, I'll just show. Again, this is just for fun and to show things inside as the pack expands. So if I was to shoot here, you'll see it affects as water. Here, stone, metal, blood. So you've got quite an array to get you going with here at the start. So just thought I'd showcase that part, as the weapon system will expand and hopefully become a complete weapon system just for the fun of it. The impacts and the particles that come alongside it will obviously expand as well. So this is most of the changes that have taken part in this update. So hopefully they're going to benefit you in some way. So I think that's all for this video. So if you like what you've seen, hit subscribe at the bottom, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.